Okay, greetings from Melbourne, Australia. And I'm Chamila Pereira, and together with Amita, Farah, and Chandana, we're going to share some insights around our carbon literacy program, especially in the context of how we can make impact, sphere of influence through our role as academics and so forth. And before we start the session, I would like to acknowledge country. So on behalf of those present, I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we now meet. So I'm joining from the land of Wurundjeri people, and I pay my respect to their elders past, present, and emerging. So please let us know the traditional owners of your country are joining us today. And we would like to keep the forum open for anyone to ask questions and join and comments, have follow-up questions as we go through. So just to give you a brief introduction, we are from the Australian Business Dean Council and PRME, Australia New Zealand Chapter Working Group on Climate Action. And among all the other exciting activities we have been doing for a number of years now, we run carbon literacy, which is a short course to accelerate our business school's commitment towards climate action. So I'm also one of the members of the working group together with Amita, Farah, and Chandana here. We have been quite actively delivering carbon literacy involving number of representatives from business school all over the country in Australia. And I'm a senior lecturer and the ESG coordinator from Swinburne Business School. And so I would like to invite my three working group members to review some of the influential work we have seen from our working group and from other participants to demonstrate the significant impact, especially those that have sphere of influence of disseminating carbon literacy among business schools. So on that note, I would like to invite the panel members who are quite active in disseminating carbon literacy in our business schools to share their insights on this. So I would like to start the session with a special focus on three areas. Those are teaching space, research, and service and operations. So to start with, I would like to ask Farah, who is Associate Professor and PRME Director in the Department of Management at Deakin Business School. She has over 6 years of experience in this role, quite a lot for her, and she has been active in integrating sustainability principles into business curriculum since 2021, also a carbon literate and a facilitator of carbon literacy program. So Farah, how have you embedded carbon literacy into business curriculum, and most importantly, how does that affect your sphere of influence within and beyond business schools?
Yeah, thank you very much, Jamila, and hello, everybody in the session. I'm joining from Deakin Business School in Melbourne, where I'm working as a program director for quite some time now, as Jamila mentioned. So I completed my carbon literacy training in December 2021, and this was an extremely valuable experience for me. So particularly in my role as a grant director, this training has provided me with the knowledge to create awareness about climate literacy and to embed sustainability and climate action into our existing undergrad and postgrad units, and also to develop new units. For example, this year we have introduced a completely new unit focused on environmental sustainability for business. So this is a core unit for MBA students. And because climate action is multidisciplinary, so in this unit, we have drawn perspectives from management, marketing, economics, and accounting to enhance students' understanding about climate action and its impact on organization strategy, operations, and how these in turn impact environmental sustainability. So as this is a core unit, it will have a more broader outreach in terms of student numbers. And we can assume that over time, it will have it will have a more significant impact on creating carbon champions and leaders. So internationally, I'm happy to say that, I'm working with colleagues all over the world, from Europe, USA, Canada, India, as well as South Africa, to develop a climate action literacy playbook. So the purpose of this playbook is to develop climate-related learning resources, which can be applied across multiple thematic areas where carbon action is very crucial. For example, these areas could be supply chain management, ethics and accountability, and green marketing. So we're going to develop those resources, and we're working together on that project. So in terms of spheres of influence, Jamila, that you asked me, I think CLT, or carbon literacy training, has enabled me to have educational influence on students. And very importantly, it has also enabled me to to have an organizational influence in terms of shaping our school's strategic direction towards climate action and literacy, and also promoting international collaboration. So I will perhaps stop there, but very happy to jump in if there are any questions. Thank you, Jamila.
Thank you for a wonderful, great to know that more systematic approach has been applied to integrate carbon literacy into business curricula. So my next stop is Amita, who is also an associate professor, and I would say a close member of carbon literacy team involved in Swinburne Deakin Business School collaborations as well. So Amita joined us from Department of Finance at Deakin Business School. She has been the course director of undergraduate property and real estate programs at Deakin University. And she undertook CLT in 2020, carbon literacy training 2020, and she got a wonderful research project to share to demonstrate the sphere of influence of carbon literacy. Over to you, Amita.
Thank you, Jamila. Yeah, so I, being a real estate academic, I've got a keen interest in built environment and its impact on carbon emission and its contribution in climate change. So just as a information, built environment constitutes about 40% of global carbon emissions and 33% of water consumption, and accounts for 35% of the waste generated. So there's an urgent need for homes to be made more energy efficient and more sustainable to mitigate these impact on climate change. To make the buildings, both the old buildings and the new buildings, more sustainable, you also need to take care of the cost involved. So currently, I'm working on a funded project with a local council area here. They have provided us funds to develop some resources for the community, so which we can share with the people in that area, and people can use those resources to retrofit their homes in a more sustainable manner, in a cost-effective way. Plus, also, if you're designing a new home, you could keep these principles in mind and speak to your builder and developer that, because if you have a basic knowledge, then it becomes easier to negotiate with your builder and developer. So these modules that we are developing are based on an existing sustainable home that one of our team members has built. It's his actual home, and it is an 8.4 star rated home. 8.4 star meaning it's very high on energy rating, energy consumptions, and water usage. There's no gas there, so it's renewable energy that is used. The maximum in Australia, especially the state of Victoria, where we are based, is 10, and this is 8.4. So it's very high up on the scale. So talking about sphere of influence, I'm very proud to say that I'm involved in this very impactful project, which has got serious benefits for the community and people at large.
Wonderful, Amita. I'm glad to hear that the real issue has been identified, and then you come up with the more feasible, impactful projects building on carbon literacy knowledge as well. Well, last but not least, I would like to invite Associate Professor Chandana from Department of Management and Marketing, who is one of the pioneering member of carbon literacy at our business school as well. He's coming from international business discipline, and probably more importantly for me personally, he is quite active in carbon literacy education in the business school, now in the ABDC working group as well. So Chandana, can you give us a bit of an overview of how participants engage in carbon literacy, how they have quite active in making that impact following the carbon literacy program in the business school.
Sure. Thank you very much. And greetings from Swinburne University, Melbourne. And since we launched our carbon literacy training program in 2021, we have been making significant influence, and our sphere of influence has been enormous. And in 2022, our business school got the Carbon Literate organization bronze status from the Carbon Literacy Project UK. And then in 2023, we launched the Australian Business Deans Council and PRME joint carbon literacy program to train business academics of all business schools in Australia. It's a project that we launched and it's continuing. And so far, our carbon literacy training has certified 154 academics and professional staff from our 3 business schools, Deakin, Swinburne, and Federation University. And in addition to the other carbon literate certified academics from all business schools. So the sphere of influence, talking about sphere of influence, in our carbon literacy training, we have both academics and professional staff. Now, I would like to cite few examples of professional staff members who have made significant influence in reducing carbon emissions in their universities. Now, for example, one of the sustainability managers, procurement managers, campus managers, faculty managers joined in our carbon literacy training, developed their net zero emission plans for their own business schools and universities, together with various individual and collective carbon saving commitments embedded in their program. So those all projects have resulted in saving more than 4,000 to 5,000 tons of carbons per year. So there are various other case studies that we would like to highlight there, because the course coordinators and program managers of business schools have embedded their carbon literacy in their curricula. And that makes a significant impact on reducing carbon emissions through agency and change agent role from the academics. So
thank you,
yeah,
Chandana.
so
Given the limited time, I'm sure we have a lot to share. And given the limited time, I'm going to wrap up this session. I put a link here if somebody is interested in following carbon literacy. Next delivery, UN PRME delivery is in July. You can follow the link and join us the next delivery. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank
you very much.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.